Hello, welcome to Squishy Vision, where I have forgotten to change my background, so just give me a quick moment to see if I can do that quick. There we go. I'm reacting to episode 3 of season 3 of What If? What If the Red Guardian stopped the Winter Soldier? Um, Not a huge amount to kind of really say on this episode. Um, it was broadly entertaining. I I watched the entire episode feeling the entire time that there was a trick that they kind of missed. They could have gone in a direction that they didn't go in. I'm not entirely sure I could tell you with any kind of certainty what a direction was. But I don't know. It seemed to, maybe I'm nitpicking here, but I feel like with Bucky, they could have, he went too light too quick. I mean, it was basically a buddy comedy. But it was very surface level buddy comedy. You know, it was like, oh yeah, power of friendship. But I mean, which is basically what the last episode's theme, or at least, well, no, it seems to be the core theme of this series. Maybe there's a payoff here. Both previous episodes have kind of relied on friendship as a plot point, but like, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if I had to believe that having. Okay, firstly, I don't understand why Alexei interrupted the assassination attempt. I wasn't quite sure what his play was there. He was very kind of like pro not killing people, which I'm not quite sure quite matches with what we know of Alexei in this period. I don't know why he would necessarily be like that, other than to kind of paint him as a more sympathetic character. Um, I suppose he was trying to interrupt the assassination attempt. I don't know. I lost kind of track of what the premise of the episode kind of was. What do you mean, get out? You get out. You're in my house. Batman. 300. Yeah, I wasn't quite. I wasn't 100% sure what the kind of premise of that part of the episode was, but that's not the kind of crucial point of it. And then for me, just Bucky kind of just like seemed to be far too friendly, far too soon. I guess that's not entirely, like, we don't really know much about Bucky during a conditioned state and how, you know, much autonomy that they have. Clearly there was, I mean, when they met Steve Rogers in Winter Soldier, they were clearly thrown, and then there was like a point of like coherency when they were back in the chair trying to ask who Steve was. So I guess they have agency to just, well, but like every other depiction of Winter Soldier we've got, they seem to have just been this emotionless robot driven on a mission. I suppose it's implied, but they have done kind of like deep cover espionage, and so they are able to kind of tap into that element of their persona. But this was like the natural part of the character that kind of just came too easy, I think. I don't really know why they like didn't immediately, I don't know why they didn't, they stopped trying to kill Alexei. I guess because it wasn't the mission, they didn't need to. But clearly, like, Alexei interrupted their mission, and it is a witness, so I don't know why they like kept him alive. I'm a bit confused on that point. And then I kind of confused what their, well, I guess it turns out that Alexa was trying to get them to this contact so they could get themselves extracted. I mean, there was some like fun parts. I also can't tell the angle they were coming up about the Communist Manifesto stuff. I'm not quite sure if they were criticizing it, if they were just being over the top but neutral, or if they were like actually on board with it. Certainly, they had some criticisms of capitalism, but again, it wasn't picking a side, which is, for art, quite a cowardly, vapid, empty thing to do. So I'm not quite sure. Yeah, look, my take on this episode is I'm just not entirely sure on it. I feel like they could have lent in, have more if this is a straight buddy cop comedy, they perhaps could have done a bit more with it. I don't know, Cryptid King, why I would want to shop at the Vans shop, so no, not really. I guess I did like there was some of the action sequences which were alright. It just so far it seems the weakest season of the What If. I think people have commented on Twitter a whole bunch about they could be telling much more interesting stories if they took stories that we already knew and twisted parts of that, rather than essentially telling completely original stories. I mean, yeah, I was gonna say this basically could have just been a I don't need to say the van hotel. I'm not a van. This could have just been I was gonna say this could have been happening in the Prime MCU universe, although actually that's not true because Howard Stark lives. And what's his face? Obadiah Stane dies. No, are you trying to kidnap me? Also, why is this the video I'm getting the large amounts of chat engagement on, rather than like any of the other videos where I could possibly have like more interesting things to say? I just don't have anything interesting to say about this episode because I don't really think it had much impact. I feel like they could have done a bit more with the characters and the pair up, and they didn't quite, I think, is my takeaway. I don't think I have anything particular. Anything. What can you say on that? There is noises coming outside of my window. Okay, I'm sure that's not important. So yeah, that's my thoughts. Nothing huge amount to say, so I guess we'll leave it there because I want to go play Helldivers 2 for the first time, and I want to edit my Wicked review video, and I also need to clean out my cat's litter tray. So plenty of things to be getting along with. Okay, Cryptid King, you keep hustling, and I'm gonna go. So get out of my house.